Purdue Student Government is modeled after the U.S. government. There are 3 branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial. The executive branch is led by the president and assisted by the vice president. The president and vice president are elected by the student body in the spring and must win a plurality of the vote. They serve as the official representatives of the student body to the university and do their best to reflect the opinions of their constituents. The president and vice president nominate candidates for the high-level executive positions, and the Senate approves these appointments. The Chief of Staff, Treasurer, Secretary, Senior Policy Advisor, and Chief Justice are all appointed to the Cabinet and sit along with the President pro tempore and the 4 committee chairs from the Senate. The President and Vice President also nominate candidates for the 6 executive director positions: Communications, Diversity and Inclusion, Engagement, Strategic Planning and Assessment, Programming, and Governmental Relations. These are all approved by the Senate and report to the Chief of Staff. Executive directors review applications and select directors to fill their organizations. Executive directors supervise their directors and assign them specific tasks, like surveying the student population and promoting PSG's activities. Director appointments are made in the early fall and as needed. Associate directors are not part of any specific committee and have the flexibility to help the various committees as needed. Associate directors work on smaller, independent projects. Collectively, the executive directors, and the associate directors form the board of directors, which is directly overseen by the Chief of Staff. Overall, the executive branch plans initiatives and helps implement the bills passed by the Senate. The legislative branch passes resolutions, bills, and recommendations for the student body and contains up to 3 senators from each of Purdue's 10 undergraduate colleges. Senators are elected by their respective colleges in the spring, and the top 3 candidates from each college get seats. Senators are responsible to their constituents and their colleges and are charged with representing them to the university at large. The Senate elects its own president pro tempore, who serves as the voice of the Senate, assembles the legislation submitted by the senators, and runs the pre-session caucus. Each senator is on one of 4 committees: governmental relations, internal affairs, financial affairs, and student and academic affairs. The committees select committee chairs who, along with the president pro tempore, sit on the cabinet. The vice president presides over the Senate and moderates as bills are discussed on the floor. Senators either vote for a bill, against it, or abstain from voting. If the bill passes, it goes to the president to sign. The Judicial Branch works to inform students of their legal rights and arbitrates internally within PSG. It is led by the Chief Justice, who is appointed by the President and typically has previous experience in the Supreme Court. Also present are the Vice Chief Justice, Justice of the Clerks, Administrative Justice, Marshal of the Court, and Promotions Justice. These 6 individuals are collectively called Executive Justices. Below the Executive Justices are 3 Associate Justices. Associate Justices are clerks who have experience and have proven that they have an understanding of court. They are trained and chosen for promotion to the bench. The 9 justices resolve disputes over legislation and executive actions and hold the traffic court every week. There are several clerks who are selected by the justices and have a chance to become justices in future years. For updates on PSG's happenings or to apply for a position, go to PurdueSG.com and follow PSG on social media.